And 'twas the night before Christmas, and old Spidey Ditko 64 is making yet another NASCAR news discussion. How's it going, you guys? It is Spidey Ditko 64 back here again. Anyways, I'm just gonna be making just a quick little video on the like recent NASCAR news that I was gonna talk about earlier, but to be honest, I didn't feel like doing it all. So yeah. But anyways, so on today's video, we're here to discuss about Kurt Busch returning to the 41 next year for Stewart-Haas Racing. So, during the NASCAR silly season, it was announced that Kurt Busch was possibly either not or going was possibly not or not going to go to the 41 next year because he didn't re-sign any contract and stuff like that. But it's been announced that Kurt Busch will next year he is going to drive the 41 next year. No, he is not going to switch to another team. No, they're not going to replace him with anyone. He is going to keep driving the 41 machine. So, yeah, but anyways, personally, in my opinion on this, I'm glad he's still with Stewart-Haas Racing. I meant, like, he shouldn't leave, because he has a really good team. I mean, he won the Daytona 500. I meant, really. But really, another thing I must point out about Kurt Busch, and that is, really, Kurt Busch, he has not as been consistent. How can I, okay, like, to be honest, it feels, okay, like, Kurt Busch is one of those drivers that make the playoffs just because of one win. To be honest, he would have even made the playoffs if you were to win the Daytona 500. Seriously. Like, to be honest, he has not shown, like, any speed. To be honest, he didn't even get a second win. To be honest, like, you would expect the Daytona 500 winning crew to be the best team out there. Like, for instance, last year, Denny Hamlin, he won a bunch of races, like a crap ton, and he was really consistent in the playoffs that year. But really, Kurt Busch, he was easily knocked out of the playoffs this year. I don't know what happened to him. Well, really, that wreck at New Hampshire really kind of did mess up his day. Plus, he only has one pole this year, and that was at Texas. And it looked like throughout the race he did not even gain a spot. Yeah, you see, the problem really is, I feel like, with Kurt Busch, and that is, I think he's a good driver, okay, but he's almost like he's like Dale Earnhardt Jr. He's good at restrictor plate. Okay, Kurt Busch, he qualified really well on all the restrictor plate tracks this year. He crashed on all of them except for the Daytona 500 and the Spring Talladega race. He's good on the restrictor plate tracks, but like mile and a half tracks, well, even though he did get the pole at Texas, he just hasn't been showing like any speed. To be honest, his teammate Kevin Harvick can do way more better than him. I don't know if it's because Kurt Busch is losing, is showing less dominance, And really, to be honest, to be honest, um, why I think next year do I think Kurt Busch will win a race? Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is. I don't know. I'm pretty sure there are a few tracks he have not won on. He hasn't won yet. Like he still needs to. I mean, there's one track where he hasn't won at. Obviously, Talladega. Which, to be honest, there was one race where he was in a Ricky Bobby paint scheme, and then it looked like he was gonna win that race, but he didn't. But you see, I feel like that Kurt Busch, he's showing less speed. Like, to be honest, not to be really rude to Jimmy Johnson fans out there, but I feel like that Jimmy Johnson is possibly going to be the next driver to retire, possibly in the next 2 years, or next big driver. But Kurt Busch, now, if I'm right, then Kurt Busch only signed for 2018 and not for 2019 and 2020. So does this mean Kurt Busch is possibly gonna be retiring? Really, when you take a look at Kurt Busch's age, to be honest, one, he is a NASCAR Monster Energy Cup champion. He won the first playoff. He won the first championship chase format. Playoff format, which is not like today's format. To be honest, I feel like this is gonna happen. To be honest, it seems like that nowadays there's a lot of NASCAR drivers really retiring. Like, for instance, I think it all started, I think, with Jeff Gordon. Well, okay, it all started, I think, with Jeff Gordon. Then so it started off with Jeff Gordon, and then there's Tony Stewart, Carl Edwards, Dale Jr., Matt Kenseth, all of them, they're gone, basically. So yeah, and it seems like that if Kurt Busch, I don't know, if I'm right, then he only has, I think, 1 year with Stewart-Haas Racing, and that's next year, which is 2018. So I think Kurt Busch, I feel like that now, to be honest, I feel like he already has a successful career. Daytona 500 win, he's already a champion. But really, I feel like this is how. Here's I think the next possible drivers that are going to retire, and that is possibly Kurt Busch, because he's been in the Cup Series for a long time now, since 2001, and usually and Dale Jr. and Matt Kenseth were in it a long time too, and then possibly next is possibly Jimmy Johnson, and then Kevin Harvick. So I think that's how it's gonna go. And if Kurt Busch does retire, who would replace him? Possibly Cole Custer, or I don't know. But yeah, anyways, overall, I am happy that Kurt Busch is still gonna drive for Stewart-Haas Racing. I really think Kurt Busch is a pretty good driver. And what race do I think he could win next year? Maybe the Southern 500, if he doesn't have to race against another car and finish second on a close battle finish. If any of you know what that's a reference to, leave it down in the comments below. So yeah, with that being said, Merry Christmas to all of you. Have a good Christmas. And with that being said, I will see all of you in the next video. Bye.